Have you ever wondered why some habits are so hard to break while others form so easily? Today we're going to delve into the riveting world of habits, a domain that is as complex as it is consequential in crafting our lives. Our key to unlock this world lies within a revolutionary book named The Power of Habit, penned by Charles Duhigg. This is not just an ordinary book, it's a transformative work that sheds light on the concealed patterns that mold our lives, our societies, and ourselves. Envision the mind as an expansive, uncharted territory. Within this territory, habits emulate well-beaten tracks that we traverse almost without thought. These tracks, or routines, propel us towards triumph or veer us onto the path of self-destruction. The direction is entirely determined by the nature of the habits we foster. The power of habit equips us with the understanding of these tracks better. It deciphers the science behind our actions in life and business. It's a book that plunges into the depths of human behavior and emerges with insights that hold the potential to alter our way of living. The core theme of The Power of underscores the significance of comprehending our habits. It's about acknowledging the commanding influence that habits exert over us. However, it's not merely an exploration of the problem, it also proffers solutions. It equips us with the instruments to shape our habits anew and, as a result, reshape our lives. Understanding our habits is the initial step towards modifying them. It's about pinpointing the prompts that ignite our habits, the routine that ensues, and the reward we reap at the conclusion. It's about understanding the cycle that traps us into specific behavioral patterns. So let's commence on this voyage to knowledge together. Let's decipher the enigmas of our minds and the habits that dictate our actions. Let's examine the potent influence that habits exert over us and discover how we can leverage this power for our advantage. But what exactly is a habit and does it function? We'll dive deep into these questions and delve into numerous others in the forthcoming scene. Stay tuned to unveil the intriguing science forming the foundation of our everyday behaviors. A habit, as defined in the book, is a formula our brain automatically follows. It's an intricate dance of neural activity that, once set into motion, plays out in a fascinating and somewhat predictable three-step process. This process, known as the habit loop, is the core principle in understanding how habits work. It's a conceptual framework of how our brains function and operate, and how habits come to dominate our behavior. Now let's dissect and further break down this three-step loop process. It commences with a cue, then transitions into a routine, and culminates in a reward. Let's delve deeper into these individual components, starting with the cue. The cue is the initial spark, the trigger that tells your brain to switch to automatic mode and instructs it which habit to use. It functions as the ignition for the entire process, the catalyst that sets everything in motion. This cue can take an array of forms. It could be linked to a physical location, a specific time of day, a certain emotional state, the presence of other individuals, or even just a sequence of behaviors. For instance, the sound of your alarm clock in the morning is a tangible cue that prompts your morning routine. Transitioning from the cue, we move into the heart of the process, the phase referred to as the routine. This is the behavior that is elicited in response to the cue. It can manifest itself in a variety of forms. It could be a physical action, a mental activity, or an emotional reaction. For example, once you hear your alarm clock, you might get up, brush your teeth, and prepare your coffee. This sequence of actions forms your routine. It encapsulates what we typically refer to when we discuss habits. Finally, we arrive at the last stage of the loop, the reward. This is the part that tells your brain whether this particular loop, this sequence of cue and routine, is worth committing to memory for future reference. The rewards could be anything from physical sensations, like the invigorating feeling after a good run, to emotional payoffs, like the sense of accomplishment that comes from a task. Using our morning routine example, the reward might be the rich taste of your freshly brewed coffee or the satisfaction derived from getting ready for the day. By fully grasping the habit loop concept, we uncover a fundamental truth. If we're aiming to alter a habit, we need to pinpoint the cue and the reward that fuel the routine. Once these are identified, we can create a new routine, while keeping the same cue and reward. So the key to changing a habit is understanding this loop process. With this newfound information, we draw one step nearer in harnessing the power of habit. Stay tuned for the next segment as we further explore how we can apply this knowledge to change our habits. According to Duhigg, to change a habit, we must first identify the routine. This may sound straightforward, but it's a fundamental part of any transformation, an essential starting point in the journey towards self-improvement. So you may wonder, what's the best way to accomplish identifying your routines? Visualize each habit as a cyclical pattern or loop that comprises of three integral parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The routine, often misconstrued as the entire habit, is simply a part of it. It is what we commonly execute almost mechanically, most times not even aware of our actions. For instance, it could be the compulsive snacking when you're feeling dull or bored, the monotonous path you tread on your way to work daily, or even your predictable reactions to specific situations. Recognizing this routine is paramount, the stepping stone to altering a habit. After the routine comes the reward, a part that can sometimes pose a challenge to identify due to its elusive nature. The reward isn't merely the immediate gratification you derive from carrying out the routine. It goes beyond that. It's the profound, often subconscious, yearning that fuels your actions. To comprehend what genuinely seeking, you may need to experiment with varying rewards. Are you chasing the adrenaline from the snack, the comfort of the familiar route to work, or the sense of control from your reactions? The concluding part of the loop is the cue. This is the spark that ignites the routine. It could be associated with a specific of the day, a particular location, an emotional state, even a person. Pinpointing this cue can assist you in understanding what triggers your habit and provides you with the control to modify it. To effect a change in your habits, you must therefore familiarize yourself with the routine, appreciate the reward, and accurately pinpoint the cue. It demands a process of introspection, a journey into the depths of your psyche to unravel why you act the way you do. It's not a straightforward task, and it can often prove challenging, but the rewards are undeniably worth it. What happens when we apply this understanding in our day-to-day lives? To address this question, join us in the upcoming scene as we explore practical, real-world applications of habit transformation. Don't miss out. Stay tuned. Duhigg provides numerous examples of how understanding and changing habits can lead to significant improvements in our lives. Now, let's delve into a few of these fascinating examples that Duhigg offers to illustrate his point, starting with the personal life sphere. In this context, Duhigg shares a captivating and highly inspiring story of a woman who took upon herself the task of quitting smoking. She had a long-standing smoking habit that she wanted to change, but it wasn't easy. In her journey, she adopted the habit of jogging as a substitute for smoking. Initially, she started with just a few minutes each day, a time which might seem negligible, but was instead an initiation of change. Slowly and steadily, she increased the time she spent running each day. She continued this process, transforming her unhealthy habit into a healthy one, reinforcing the idea that if one truly understands their habits, they can consciously change them to better ones. Her transformation came full circle when she ran a marathon, a feat that was previously unimaginable for her. In the world of business, Duhigg shares an interesting case study about the multinational company Procter & Gamble, a renowned name in the business world. The company was facing a significant challenge when marketing a new product, Febreze. Despite their best efforts, the initial marketing plan for Febreze was failing to resonate with the targeted consumers. The turning point came when they recognized the power of habits in consumer behavior and decided to tie the use of Febreze to existing cleaning habits. They reshaped their marketing approach to suggest Febreze as a finishing touch to the cleaning routines of consumers. This change in approach turned the tables for Febreze, propelling it to a huge success. Duhigg also emphasizes the impact of habits in social movements. He uses the example of the civil rights movement spearheaded by Martin Luther King Jr. King recognized the potential of leveraging people's habits to create social change. He introduced the habit of nonviolent protests, a concept that was foreign to many at that time. As people gradually adopted this new habit, the movement gained momentum and made a deep impact in society, leading to a significant societal transformation. These instances underline the power of habits and their potential to bring about changes, whether in our personal lives, businesses, or society at large. They demonstrate how a simple understanding and alteration of our habits can lead to profound outcomes. For anyone trying to break free from a bad habit or seeking to improve their business or even start a social movement, the key takeaway from these examples is evident. The power to change our habits lies within us. Understanding our habits and consciously deciding to change them is the first step to significant improvements in our lives. These examples show that the power to change our habits lies within us. Now that we understand how to change a habit, how about crafting new ones? Let's go deeper into the intriguing principle from The Power of Habit: Keystone habits. These habits are a powerful force, a spark that once ignited, initiates a series of other positive behavior changes in our lives. Picture them as the first domino in an incredibly long line. They're the ones that set the pace. Once you knock them down, the others line up accordingly. Take the habit of regular physical activities, recognized as a quintessential keystone habit. Once it's woven into your daily routine, whether it's going to the gym, running, or engaging in other forms of exercise, you may discover a natural inclination towards healthier dietary habits. You may also perceive a heightened desire to maintain a solid sleep schedule to recuperate from your regular workout sessions. So the introduction of a single, seemingly minor habit, consistent exercise, can transmit positive waves into diverse dimensions of your life, resulting in an overall improvement of your lifestyle. This concept may appear daunting, especially if you're considering the multitude of habits you intend to modify or develop. However, it's essential to remember that the secret lies in starting small. Select one keystone habit and concentrate on firmly establishing it. Once that habit is securely rooted, you'll be surprised at how your other habits start aligning themselves accordingly. But here comes the most critical part. None of this will bear fruit without the presence of belief. The book firmly emphasizes the significance of belief in the process of habit formation and alteration, faith in the potential for change, and self-belief. It's this belief that fuels our determination to endure, particularly when we face challenges. So, as you embark on this exciting voyage of habit formation, believe in your potential to make it work. Indeed, belief is so pivotal that it often serves as the link that bridges the gap between failed attempts and triumphant transformations. Therefore, cultivate that, nourish it, and let it steer your journey as you form new habits. As we delve deeper into the science of habits, we begin to realize that by understanding our habits, we can not only alter them, but also create new ones. It's all about starting modestly, selecting that one foundational keystone habit, and nurturing the belief that you possess the strength to amend for the better. So by understanding our habits, we can not only change them, but also create new ones. Remember, it's all about starting small, choosing that one keystone habit, and nurturing the belief that you can and you will change for the better. So to recap, the power of understanding our habits cannot be overstated. Today's journey, guided by key concepts from the book, The Power of Habit, has been revealing. We dived into the science of habits, discovering every habit, good or bad, follows a three-step loop: the cue, the routine, and the reward. This habit loop is subconscious, making habits automatic and hard to break. However, change is achievable. We just need to recognize the habit loop and decide to alter it. This involves pinpointing the cue triggering a habit, altering the routine that ensues, and keeping the reward the same or making it more gratifying. This approach enables us to swap negative habits for positive ones, initiating significant personal growth. We also looked at developing new habits, not only breaking old ones, but nurturing new, beneficial routines. Remember, consistency is paramount in habit formation. The more a routine is repeated, the more ingrained and automatic it becomes. The lessons from the power of habit are practical and applicable in everyday life, nurturing personal development, boosting productivity, and improving relationships. If we consciously shape our habits, we unlock endless potential. The power to transform ourselves lies within us, within our habits. So, as we conclude this journey, let's make a pact to understand our habits better, to be mindful of the cues and routines that govern our actions, and to take the reins of our lives by consciously shaping our habits. Remember, the first step to change is always understanding. This was a brief summary of the key concept from The Power of Habit. We've delved into the essence of habits, transformation, and creation. There's so much more depth this subject. The book provides a well-rounded exploration, backed by scientific research and instances. For a more profound comprehension, I encourage you to read it. Did you find this summary useful? Share your thoughts and experiences with habits. Has there been a habit you've changed, or are you trying to form a new one? Let's make this a learning community. If this video was valuable for you, please hit the like button. It helps us know if we're headed in the correct direction. Craving more insights? Subscribe to our channel for more quality content. We appreciate your views, and remember, the change starts with you.